Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thanks so much for watching today. Time for another makeup updates, but I thought it might be fun if we ranked them from the ones that I like the least to the ones that I can't stop wearing. All right, so let me start with what is absolutely the worst product that I've tried recently, and I've used it twice and I haven't used it anymore, and it's this. I'm so sad. Every time I get the Estee Lauder Blockbuster, it always happens. I don't love the eyeshadows. This one is better than last year's, and last year's was better than the years before, but this is their limited edition Trick of the Eye eyeshadow palette. This comes in their holiday blockbuster. I didn't like it. I haven't been reaching for it, but I do feel like the Estee Lauder Blockbuster is totally worth it. All right, something else that came in that set, and this is something that I do like. The only thing that I'm like, wah, wah, is this. Okay, so now we're getting into, I do like it, and I do use it, but not nearly as much as I thought I would. This is one of their limited edition lip glosses. This one here is in the shade Beneath the Sheen. This is actually really pretty. I'm gonna throw a little bit of this on. It's got a gold shimmer to it. I like that it has a sweet scent to it, and I really love the brush applicator. Let me show you just a little swatchy swatch here so you can see. That's what it looks like on its own, but it's so pretty. I do like it. I feel like I've had so many new lip products coming into my collection recently, I kind of lost track of it. So I might just throw this in my purse so I could keep going. All right, I did make a purchase. Rephr was having an amazing sale. Rephr makes some of the most beautiful, useful brushes in my collection, and they were having a sale where they were giving sometimes more than 50% off the products, and it was based on, we have all of these new things, we got a good deal, we're passing on the deal to you. And the only reason this brush is down this low, this is the Rephr 33 brush, is because I thought it was going to be smaller. And you know what's funny is I didn't realize I already have a 33. So I have two of them now. This is probably the first brush where normally if I have more than one, it's that I'm head over heels for it and I love, love, love it. I'm not saying it's a bad brush. I just think that it's made for people who have more lid real estate than I do. This is kind of a really, really large brush. So I've been using it for kind of buffing the edge, like right in through here. Let me use the other one that's already dirty. But I'll just go and run it right around in here and make sure the edge is really soft. Sometimes if I'm wearing like one, maybe two matte colors, I'll use this for application, but a lot of times I don't reach for it because it's just so big and I have smaller eyes. Quality is amazing. The shape is really beautiful. If you're wanting to do just like a wash on the lid really quickly, come on, what could be easier? But for someone who has more real estate on their eyelid, this is going to make so much more sense. I'm going to group both of these together. These are the lipsticks from the Blockbuster from Estee Lauder. There are two shades. One right here is called Red Velvet. It's a super pretty red lipstick. It's more of a pink leaning red, so it's a cooler red. And the other one is called Strictly Confidential. This is the one I've been wearing more. And I'm surprised because now that we're moving in towards the holidays, you'd think I'd be pulling for reds all the time. Somehow I'm like in a nude mood. So this kind of mauvey nude shade here is so pretty. I do think that the lip products are really nice from the Blockbuster set if you get it. There is a second gloss. I forget what it's called, but I gave it to my 16-year-old. She loves it. She's been using it nonstop. And so I was like, okay, you have fun with that. It was a pink one. But I feel like the lip products are nice. I feel like they're quality. But out of everything I've been trying, they're kind of at the bottom, the least used out of the things that I've purchased recently. I did happen to pick up one of the nude lipsticks from Estee Lauder. This is the Pure Color Exhibit Matte, and I have the shade Heartbeat. I knew that when I saw this red, I was like, yes. Okay, here's what I've learned about this red. That is one swipe. This is so pigmented, so pigmented. Lipsticks in this container, in this packaging, come in a matte as well as a glossy. I was sure that the glossy would end up finding all of the fine lines around my lips and just kind of trailing. So I decided to stay away from that. But I thought the matte would be nice, and I got it as the purchase to go along with my purchase for the Blockbuster. I have been liking this lipstick. It's a little bit on the high maintenance side. Let me tell you why. It doesn't actually go outside my lip line on its own. It doesn't need a lip liner, so I like that it stays put. But if any hair gets in it and I pull it out, because it's starting to get really windy, we're at that point in fall where the leaves are being blown away by the wind and my hair is getting blown in my face. If that happens and I pull it out, of course, it's going to grab some of the color and trail it out. But it is a very comfortable matte formula. It looks very matte on the lips, as you can see here, but it doesn't end up making my lips feel dry at all. And I do love this really deep red color. Very pretty. All right, next on the list is this. This is the number 29 brush from Rephr. This is one that I picked up during their sale. Do you see how teeny tiny this is? I use this for tight lining. So I'll take a color, and I should have done this before. I didn't. Let me throw a little bit of this on now because I feel like I definitely could use it in this look. So I pick up just a little bit of color and then I just wiggle it at the base of my lashes to kind of blank out that skin tone line. And I feel like it makes a difference and makes the eye look just that much more cohesive. And I feel like the difference between this and over here where you can see a little bit of that. So let's blank this out too. I just feel like the eye look is so much more complete when I take the time to tight line. I was being a little lazy today, but that's what I've been using this brush for, and that's what I really, really like about it. I love this type of brush so much. I needed to get more because I don't clean them as regularly as I should because I have two others that are very similar. One is the R212 from WhatsUp Beauty. Actually, it's the 112. And then the other is the 08 brush, the discontinued 08 brush from Wayne Goss. This was the brush here that made me realize that this type of brush would be endlessly useful. And so when I got another one from WhatsUp Beauty, and I use them all the time, I realized that I wash my brushes like once every 10 to 14 days, that these guys are getting a little... So it's time. I was like, I need a third one. So when I saw that Rephr carried one, I was like, yes, give me another. I really, really, really like this brush, and I got it at a great discount. I think it was like 12 bucks. Next up, I literally had to pull this from my handbag. This has been going with me everywhere. This is the Estee Lauder Re-Nutriv Intensive Soothing Hand Cream. I love this stuff. Let me just pull my rings off real quick because this stuff is what's been keeping my hands from getting too dry. Temperatures are dropping. We're below freezing at night here where I live, and we're just heading into what can be really cruel weather on the skin if you're not careful. And this has been really great at keeping my hands moisturized. It's a little bit heavy and a little bit feeling like on the occlusive side, but it doesn't feel too greasy. Sometimes things are so greasy that you're like, whoa, what happened? Like you put your palms like, you know, in a bunch of cooking oil or something. That's not the case. This does have a slight floral fragrance to it. I feel like a lot of Estee Lauder like skincare products have a scent, but I don't mind that. This has been great. They don't actually sell this size. This I think is a trial size that came in the Blockbuster. I've been using this. I don't always use everything that comes in the sets, but this has been great. Something else that I've been head over heels for and loving, and when I get done with this, I'm gonna be buying me another. It is the Advanced Night Repair Cleansing Gelee. It has amino acids in it. I love this stuff. This gives me the most beautiful lather in the shower. I keep this in my shower, so I pulled it out of the shower, but I love the scent of it. It makes me feel like I'm at a spa. I've only been to a spa a handful of times, but it feels like a luxurious experience. Although it is a foaming face wash, it's not so stripping that my skin feels tight or dry afterwards. Now keep in mind, I have combo oily skin, so, but the older I get, the more I find that my skin is a little bit on the dry side, especially in the colder months. But I got one of these last year in the Blockbuster, used it forever, and I kept it in my shower, so I was only using it once a day. It was so great. I loved it. And this was the product I was going to purchase for the Purchase with Purchase. And it's so popular, they didn't have any at the department store I was at. They were out. So I'm buying this once we're out. That's my regular in the shower face wash. Love. This was an indulgence that I didn't need, but I have loved so much. It's a Rephr number 25 brush. Okay, so you can tell I've been using it. This right here is one of the largest and softest powder brushes I've ever had. I love how big it is. I love how easily it sweeps over the cheek, over the entire face, and it picks up just enough powder without being too much. This is what I've been using with pressed powder. This is what I've been using with loose powder. It's great for setting the face. It doesn't do really well like under the eyes, like you can make it work, but I usually use a much smaller brush, something that's closer to this size for like right in the tear trough and all the way over. But I always use a specific under eye setting powder. And then for the rest of my face, I use other things sometimes. So this has been really great. I love this. This is normally $130. She's so soft and so luxe, but during the sale with Rephr, I got it for $60. I couldn't say no. Couldn't say no. And there's nothing that I love more than quality tools. I feel like it makes my entire face just come out a little bit, you know, more precise, having those really good tools. And when Rephr's having a sale, oh my goodness, totally worth it. We're down to nothing but lip products, and these are amazing. This next one, I really couldn't decide where to put them, but one eked out the other by just a little bit. So the next product that I've been loving so much is this. This is Remedy for Dry Lips from the brand Remedy. Do you ever watch Dr. Lee? Well, Dr. Shah, one of the 2 dermatologists who run that channel, this is his line. And I got a couple of things in PR from the brand, and this is the one that I can't stop reaching for. This is a beautiful peptide lip treatment. And this is one, I like that it's not like terribly shiny. It feels more matte to me, like it's hard to see, but I have it like right here. But it is so good on the lips. This is what I've been using at night. My goal is to incorporate more peptide lip treatments in my daily, like I'll layer things. And so this is what I put on at night, and then I put on an occlusive layer of balm.com. So my lips are kind of like sealed in. So when I wake up in the morning, they are pillow soft. I really feel like this is making a difference. This is fantastic. I really love this. Here's something else that was sent to me, but I already knew I loved it. This is from Eadam. This is their Le Chou Chou Lip Softening Balm. Oh my goodness. They sent me their Mochi scent, which is clear. This definitely has more of a shine to it. You'll be able to see it here, where this is a little bit more matte. This is definitely a little bit shinier. I already know I love this because I have the one in Bee-Sop Glaze in my purse right now. Like that's the shade that I've been reaching for when I want a little bit of color, but not too much. And the other thing that's great is I didn't know this, but Eadam is a Black owned brand. So a lot of their specific products are made for people of color. And these balms are specifically made to let your natural lips show through while still offering just a little bit of color. This is also a peptide lip treatment. It is so good. I feel like it's time to like show you. Me throw it on real quick. I also love the way this smells. This is such a beautiful, like sweet scent, but I love the glossy glow that I get from this. And it's not too heavy. And my lips, they look glassy and juicy, and this lasts. This doesn't end up kind of like instantly soaking into my skin and 45 minutes later I need to put another layer on. No, this hangs tight. This has not only that peptide treatment in it, it also has a little bit of an occlusive layer. So if I wanted to, I could wear this at night and be getting both peptides and that hydration layer, but it is so beautiful. The one thing is, I think I over applied. I'm a chronic over applier. That's a me problem, not a lip problem from this product. I love this so much, and I'm so glad they sent me one of these. This has been on my nightstand. This has been here on my beauty desk for when I'm sitting down. I'll put a thin layer of this on, then I'll start putting on the rest of my face. I've been using this in multiple ways as a lip sleeping mask, as well as like lip prep before I get on any makeup for the day. But I really have been loving this. And I like the other one that's the tinted. It's the deepest kind of berry tinted shade. It's called Bee-Sop Glaze. Lives in my purse. Love, love, love this Le Chou Chou Lip Softening Balm from Eadam. Now, the thing that I've been enjoying the most is right at the top of my list are these new Rouge Experience lipsticks from Lisa Eldridge. Head over heels for these. These are so beautiful. The whole thing, it is an experience, and it is absolutely beautiful. I love these so much. Let me see if I can try really hard and put these in order of the ones I've used the least to the ones I've used the most, because some of these, and it's really, I think I know which one is the one that's been used the least. Oddly enough, it's the Red and Ribbon. I've just been loving the other shades so much that this shade here has gotten less use. So let me swatch them in order of least used to most used. So Ribbon I've used the least. Isn't that weird? I love a red, and I do love this red. I just have been so intrigued by the rest of these shades that Ribbon's only been worn once or twice. So Ribbon is the least used. Then Ashes of Roses, which is a surprise to me. Then Medici. Then Audrey. Audrey is the one I was sure was not going to get used hardly at all, and I love Audrey. This right here is Lisa. Lisa is such an easy to use everyday pink. This is Simone, and the one that I've been using the most is Romy. Oh my goodness, these are so beautiful. Okay, my favorite thing about these is the fact that they do not go outside my lip line. Like when I apply it at the very edge of my lip, that's where she stays. And for a cream lipstick to do that, absolutely love, love, love. So I don't have to pair these with a lip pencil. I frequently do because I want a little more definition on the edge, but these are so great that they don't budge. They wear for about 6 hours if you're not eating or drinking. The minute I start snacking or I have a meal or I'm drinking a beverage, I notice that I do need to reapply. If I'm just drinking a beverage, I can probably go about 4.5 to 5 hours before I need to reapply. But if I'm eating, I do lose that patch right in the middle, and it's super easy to reapply this entire formula over the top of itself. I don't feel like any one of these is inconsistent with the formula of the others. They all feel and wear exactly the same, which is so wonderful to know that whichever one I choose, I'm not going to have one that's a little bit different than the rest. They all work and wear the same. It's just the shades that are different. I do love the packaging. I do love that they're refillable and that this is completely made out of aluminum, so you can recycle this and then snap a new one in here. The other thing that I like is that I have some other really high-end ones. Let me pull one out for you. This is from La Bouche Rouge. This right here, the case is $80 and the lipstick is in the 40 range. So the refill is in the 40s, but do you hear how it rattles? So this is an infinitely more expensive lipstick. This is $59 and there's no rattling here. I haven't had problems at all. This has been absolutely beautiful. The one thing that really is hard for me is I know that you're not meant to have 7 of these lipstick holders, but I know the minute my lipsticks are just sitting as refills, they don't get used. So I wanted each one of them to have their own case, but then there's no place except for the bottom of the refill to see what the number is. So you have to pull it out every time. I don't like doing that. You know what I did? It's kind of, I don't know, it feels a little like disrespectful, but I took a Sharpie and I wrote the name on the bottom. So this one is a ribbon, and every single one of them has that written on there. And the nice thing is this is not permanent. You know, I could just like wipe it a couple of times and it would come right off. But the Sharpie is just enough so that with daily use, it doesn't instantly wear off. Pretty soon it will get like to this point. This right here is Medici, and you can see that it's much fainter than the other ones. I could tell by how worn or whether I had to rewrite the name on the bottom. That's what I'm doing right now to keep them straight so I don't have to like pull this out and go, oh, this is 186. That's ribbon. I like being able to see it. I initially had it written on the side and I didn't like that. I wanted to be able to see it on the bottom. These Lisa Eldridge Rouge Experience lipsticks have been the lipsticks I've been reaching for all the time if I'm not living in one of my peptide lip treatments. If I'm not living in these, I'm living in my Lisa Eldridge, which is why these guys ended up being so far down at the bottom, just because I haven't been reaching for them. Something else has really caught my attention. If you're wondering if these are worth $59, as a lipstick addict, as a lipstick snob, I think they are, but I know that's not the case for everybody. But the formula is beautiful. The packaging is so elegant and so, I don't know, I think it's revolutionary that there's no plastic involved in this at all. The refill can be completely recycled And then this, it's very nice and weighted. It's endlessly reusable. I think that's so fantastic. So in love with these Lisa Eldridge Rouge Experience. They're definitely my tippity top of the top, and I love them so much. Thank you so much for watching today. I would love to know, what new makeup have you been trying? Is there anything that you ended up buying that you're like, no, or things that you love so much you can't stop talking about them and you can't stop reaching for them? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for making time to watch today. I'll have everything linked down below for you, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.